Good day, everybody. This is Michael Weniger, CEO of Essanté Organics. And today, wow, Tuesdays. Tuesdays are always good and fun because we're talking about Essanté Organics, the business. And you know what? Um, if you watched my live yesterday, wow, you know what? With a world that is now sitting up and paying attention and saying, look, I don't want to be using toxic chemicals in my products and so on and so forth, because the actually, customers actually control the market. You don't have to be buying stuff with toxic chemicals in it. You know, we're a company, we're the largest, Asante Organics is the largest USDA superstore. Let's put it this way, the largest USDA certified organic superstore in the world, right? And we have proven that everything in the world can be made without toxic chemicals. 100% chemical free, 100% toxic free, and certified organic living. And wow, as a company, the acclamations the things we've achieved is just a huge blessing. You know, having products that are nominated for the Nobel Prize in gut health, um, gaining uh, a Greenpeace award. We've got 21 of those. We've every year for our personal care and our home care line, having the strongest alkalizing products in the world, according to the NBC network. Just all um, the media attention is absolutely unbelievable over here. And you know, with Us Weekly, Star Magazine, Elle, Vogue, The Doctors, Good Morning America, The Today Show, we can go on and on and on. And and then, you know, having some of the leading research centers outside of the United States using this protocol during a healing process when people need to go to these places, and then also being the post protocol as well. You can't be more blessed. And you guys get to go spread this word around the world. And now couldn't be a better time. You know, we talk about you know, getting involved in something that, you know, in the right place at the right time, early in the beginning and of a movement, an actual movement. Get in front of a way of life before it becomes a way of life. And, you know, I could just talk so much about the company, but we got some speakers tonight. I got to tell you what, it's been a while, but we got a dear friend of ours. Oh my goodness, this guy. I got to tell you what, he has spoken on international stages around the world. He's been in the networking industry. He's made $15 million in 22 months I'm sorry, in 22 years. $15 million in 22 years in this space. And couldn't be having a greater person tonight speaking with us tonight. And Robert Blackman, why Asante Organics? Why should people look at this company?
Hey, brother, how you doing? Thanks for having me on the call tonight. Well, I had some health challenges, and I was looking online for something that products that had no toxins in them. And I was looking for health and nutritional products. I was searching for personal care products, and I was searching for home health products. And see, this is something that people don't really teach a lot. And when you say the amount of money I've made in a number of years, that's great. But I didn't do it because I talked about money all the time. I was able to do that because I changed people's lives. And it wasn't necessarily with the money. That's an aspect of it. It wasn't always necessarily because of products, because the products that I sold during that time period were completely inferior to the products we have now. So, Robert, how can you make all that money by selling products that are inferior to what we have here? Well, it's because I taught people something that kind of seems way out there, but I can tell you that your mind is a magnet, and whatever you think and you believe in emotionally will happen. That's why you see people that never seem to get ahead. They're stuck at the same job. They've quit. They always talk negative, so they attract that. And what I taught people to do is to send out a vibration to the universe that says, "Hey, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be doing this." And I'm going to tell I could tell you all about all the mindset stuff that we did and the training and what you do when you wake up in the morning and all those things to set your life at ease, instead of the first thing you do in the morning, wake up and you check your texts, your emails, and you get caught up. Oh, I got to pay this bill. How am I going to do that? I don't get paid till the 15th and it's due on the 13th. I got to borrow money from my parents or my friends or my roommate. And it just becomes stressful. So there's things you can do where you don't get stressed the first of the day. But there's not a better example of how this works than I was out looking for the products. I had never heard of Essanté Organics. And I've been in the network marketing field for almost 40 years. Never heard of them. They've been around over 20 years. They were like, to me, it's like a billboard in the desert. I never saw them, never crossed their path. And that's possible. That's doable. So I'm looking for nutritional products. I'm looking for personal care products. I'm looking for home care products that I can get all the toxins out of my life because I had some health challenges. Well, on a Saturday, it was about 11 a.m. I get a call from a gentleman. I didn't know who it was. It was Michael with Asante Organics. And he said, "Hey, I've been watching. I've known you for a while. I've watched all your stuff. I want you to come work with us. No deals, just straight up come in and be a distributor." And so I go, "Well, what are your products? Because I'm looking for all this stuff." He sent me over the catalog, and I literally sat there with my mouth open as I scrolled through the PDF catalog. And I go, "I've been looking for that. I've been looking for that. Oh my gosh, they got toothpaste, they got deodorant, they got shampoo. I don't use shampoo, but for my kids." They got, soap, they got, and the personal care, they've got all. I mean, I looked at it and I go, this is what I've been looking for. How in the world did Michael know to call me? That's sending out a vibration in the universe. And I believed I was going to find them on Google. Instead, Asante found me because Michael's in tune with that. Okay. So if there's a real life now example, that's it. That last August, I got involved in trying the products, loved them, fell in love with them. I've been on them every month since then. It's changed my life. I've lost a lot of weight. I feel better. Everything about me, my gut health, my digestion, all that stuff with the enzymes is gone. All the issues I had is gone. I no longer take my products, my pills with the Coca-Cola. I'm now off of that. I'm now drinking, the greens and the reds with a little bit of the sea salts, like Michael's drinking tonight, and some of the drops, the alkaline drops. I drink that twice a day. Early in the morning, though, I'll put those in with my shake. I'm running through these greens and reds like they're going out of style, and I've never felt better. So, number one, if you have a product or a service that is an excuse to make money, you have a short term business opportunity and a short term cash flow. What you and I are looking for, everybody in this call tonight, you're looking for a way, you're looking, especially if you're older, 40s, 50s, 60s, you're looking and saying, what am I going to do for my retirement? The average Social Security check's around $1,600 to $1,700 a month. Maybe it can go up to $1,800, depends on how many quarters you worked, but you can't live on that. Even if it's $2,000 a month, you can't live on that. So what can I do? Well, I can do investments. I can do this, 401k. That stuff takes time. And I got to take it out of my paycheck, which I don't have anything left already to pay my bills. How am I going to take money out of my paycheck for my future? And this causes the stress, your cortisone levels go up in your body, you start gaining weight, you start getting sick. That's where I was because I was stressed out about my future. I was taking products that had toxins in them. I was sending out to the universe that I'm going to go bankrupt. I'm going to get divorced. My wife's going to leave me over this. I'm never going to see my kids again. I'm going to miss my 2 Labradors and my 3 cats and this beautiful house that somehow this house has become a way that I've identified with. Okay. Everybody in the world is going through these things. I just went through those things. And but I sent out, while I was stressed out about stuff, I was going, I'm going to get these products. I'm going to find them on the internet. I know they're out there. I may have to order from 3 different companies, but I'm no longer taking products. I was throwing stuff out of my cupboards, out everywhere, the refrigerator, just throwing stuff away. I read the label, no way. I'd Google it while I'm sitting there in front of the kitchen. out of here, out of here. There was nothing left in the house almost. That's the business. And we've already heard from Daniel when he talks about tonight. Thank you, Janine. Um, we'll hear from him tonight. I'm not going to steal his thunder because he gives the best presentation. And when he comes on tonight, I want you to take notes. And I know Michael is recording these, and I want you to listen to it again and again. Because if you ever wanted a script, a perfect way to introduce this business to your family and friends, to people on social media, if you're running your own ads to those leads, then you need to listen to the president of our company, the CEO of our company, all these guys, JJ, Daniel, and Michael. They have the messaging for you. And if you need to know what to say, just text them. Hey, I'm talking to somebody that they need to lose weight. What should I say? What products? They're there for us. I've done that all the time with Michael. Hey, what about this guy? What about that guy? He's got neuropathy. What do we do? So you're able to go somewhere with over over 100 products that you can pinpoint something that you opens the door. If they've got children, look at all the products, all the toxins that they're giving their children. Moms will look at that and go, you know what? I've been reading the labels lately at the store on stuff that we're ingesting, but I haven't really thought about stuff that we're putting on our body in toothpaste, deodorant, those type of things. Folks, that's the business. And I lead with the products because I have learned in my career that if you have products that are excuse for a business, you have a short-term business. And why would you want to go and start building an income of 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, $10,000 a month when you just know it's going to go away in 2 years? And then you feel like quitting. And then you say stuff like network marketing doesn't work. I'm not very good at network marketing. I knew I wasn't going to be good at sales. What was I thinking? Look at all the money I invested. Look at the money. We were starting to put money away. Now it's gone. I'll never do that again. You're going to run into people like that. I run into them every single day. And just like I'm going to give you a great example. A lot of us have heard of Bernie Madoff. They made off with over $80 billion of investors' money. Well, guess what happened the next day after they arrested him and they found out that he had been embezzling money from people for years and giving them fake financials? Guess what happened the next day? Did the stock market close? Did people start saying the stock market is a scam? Did they say, I'm never going to invest in the stock market again? No. NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the regular stock market. They flipped the switch at 9 o'clock Eastern time and the market's open. People did IPOs, initial openings for companies. People invested 10, 50, $100,000 in the stock market the day after they caught Bernie Madoff. Not a week or a year later, the day, 24 hours. And here's what stockbrokers and financial people were saying when they let their, well, you know what's what happened with Bernie. I'm just concerned. They let him talk it all out. Don't interrupt someone when they're telling you their story, what their sad story about what happened to them. Let them get it off their chest. They let them purge that out. Don't interrupt them. Be quiet. Take some notes. And here's what they said. Well, guess what? We're not Bernie Madoff. We're so and so company, and here's our litany. Michael gave you some of the litany tonight. If you want to know how to build a business, you build it on the backbone of our products that are the best in the profession. There's nobody that has our products in this particular field of network marketing. Nobody. Out of the over 2 or 3,000 companies that are out there, the estimates are different. Nobody has it. You go to the top 100 companies, you go to dsa.org, you type in tonight DSA top 100, and you look at the top 100 companies. They may have a few here and there, but their entire product line has toxins in them. You can send a label to Michael and he'll tear it apart in 3 seconds. Oh, you know what this does to you? Oh, you know what that does to you? Why are you taking that, Robert? You need to get off that. Here's what you need to be taking instead. Michael's changed my entire mindset about what a true business opportunity is and what a true network marketing residual income can look like if you build it right. It may be a little bit slower here, maybe a little bit slower. It may not. That's up to you. That's up to you with the vibration that you send out. This is going to be hard. This is going to be slower. I knew it was going to be tough. That's the vibration you're sending out. I found these products because I was looking for them, and Michael called me. That's, you could call it God, you could call it the universe, you call it whatever you want. But when he called me, the hair on my arm stood up because I go, and I saw that catalog. I go, this is the answer to my prayers. This is what I've been looking for several months. I cannot believe this guy called me out of the blue. We've never talked before, never met, never corresponded on the internet. And he called me and it answered what I was looking for. Every single person that you know is in that same situation in their lives. If they're not looking for a business, you know what they're looking for? They're looking for products that don't have toxins in them. And all you got to do is follow them to the grocery store and see what they do. They're not just pulling stuff off the shelves. They pull it off and look at it and put it back. And they look at something that says organic, which still has some toxins in it, right? But at least they think they're doing better. The organic lemons are sitting right next to the regular lemons, and they cost $1 more, and they're pulling those out, the organic ones, and they're willing to pay more money for their health. All these products that are out there in the network marketing profession, most of them probably will be less expensive than ours because it doesn't cost a lot when you put toxins in it, but it's going to cost more when everything is plant based. That's the business. I could talk about our matching bonus, which is great. If you want to get to $1,000 a month, just help 10 people get it 100. Help 4 people get 250. Help 2 people get it $500, or just help your best friend get to $1,000 and you're matching them. That's all you got to do. You got to put one on your left, one on your right. That could be 2 family members right there, and you're done as far as your qualifications. And then you got to have volume. You got to look at the pay plan. I'm not going to go over that tonight because you can print it out, look at it, and read it. Okay. I know you can read. And if you can read, you'll understand our comp plan. It's that simple. So we'll be holding some, trainings. I'll be doing that where I'm going to go over the comp plan, but not tonight. Dr. JJ and his wife and some other people have already done a great video on it. I don't need to reproduce that. All the tools, all the scripts, all the what do I says are already here. Stop trying to make this harder than it is. All the tools that you need to go out and create a residual income for you, so when you get to 62 or 65, hey, what if you are earning $2,000 a month in Social Security? What if you match that? What if you spent the next 10, 20, 30 years building up a $2,000 residual income that you spent 40 years building up in Social Security? When you look at it that way, in that perspective, you go, well, I can do that. I spent 40 years waiting for a $2,000 a month check. What could I do in 40 years or 20 years or 10 years in Essanté? If I just plugged into what's already there, I don't have to create any tools. I don't have to create any websites. I don't have to worry about what I'm going to say or text. It's all there. And what would it look like if you could match that 2,000? Now you're at 4,000 a month. You know what? I bet a lot of people on this call tonight are already saying to themselves, hey, I can make it on 4,000 if I got my house paid off, car paid off. Well, let's say that we got you at 4,000 a month here in the next 10 years. That's doable. Now you're at 6,000 and you have a steady, strong customer base here because people are in love with their products. They can't find them anywhere else. They change their lives and they change their families' lives. And that's the business opportunity in a nutshell. So, Michael, I'll give that back to you, but that's what the business is all about. It's our one of a kind products that you can't find anywhere else. And it's time to go get on your roof, shout it from your roof, tell everybody that you know. Don't worry about what you're going to say. If you're worried about that, get with corporate, start watching their videos, go through these calls that are on the YouTube channel, and educate yourself. And you've got $1 million business sitting right at your fingertips. All you got to do is plug in.
Thank you very much, Robert. There you got it from the $15 million man there. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person. You're not going to be able to say the wrong thing to the right person. But this is everybody's timing because, look, nobody wants to be using toxic things that are linked to terrible health issues. I mean, and what's great about this company is that you look at something that you're using, and then you come back over here and you look at 100% chemical free, 100% toxic free, and certified organic, and it's the same price. How did that work? Well, because we put the value in our people, and that's how that works. And to tell you a little bit more about the products, but more importantly, because this is about the business, we talk a little bit about the compensation plan. I'm going to hand it over to Dr. JJ Levine, our president.
Well, thank you, Michael, and thank you, Robert. God, you two guys talk. I get fired up all over again. I've been here and I love it. So, yes, we do make USDA organic certified products, and we're making the products that you and your loved ones are using every day anyway. Every person you know is doing the same thing. They're brushing their teeth, they're washing their body, they're wearing clean clothes. Many of them are using nutritional products. Many of them are using essential oils. Obviously, most, if not all of them, are cleaning their house with something. We make all those products, but the best part about our products, they are certified toxic free and made from organic ingredients. And it's better than that because we don't have the toxic ingredients in those formulations. We use ingredients designed to nourish the body from the outside in as well as the inside out. So I love talking about our nutritional products, but I also love talking about our personal care products because when you take a shower and you're using our personal care products, you're literally giving your body vitamins, minerals, nutrients, antioxidants. Yes, I said that. From washing your body, brushing your teeth. It's incredible. But this is a business call, so I do want to talk a little bit about business, specifically income. When you start with our company, we're going to offer you 6 ways to get paid. You don't have to choose one of those six. You're eligible for all six. But two of the 6 ways I'm going to cover tonight, just really succinctly, and they're all centered, both of those, around something called residual income. Residual income is defined as doing a job or some sort of an activity one time and getting paid for it over and over and over and over and over again. Pretty slick, right? That doesn't exist. Yes, it does. I mean, I think about all the jobs I've had as a kid, raking leaves, mowing lawns, working a Blockbuster video, delivering newspapers, delivering pizza, and then eventually a chiropractor. I never got any type of residual income. I did a job one time and I got paid one time. But imagine if you were a famous author, you wrote a book. Every time that book sells, even though you only did the work one time, you wrote the book. Every time that book sells, either online or hardcover or softcover, you're getting paid a residual income. Maybe you're a talented musician and you record a hit song. Maybe you're Sir Elton John. Every time it's played on the radio or downloaded or somebody buys your music or it's played in a movie, you're getting paid. Well, maybe you don't have musical talent. Maybe you don't have writing talent, but we offer you residual income here. And what we've got, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the most ethical opportunities that you have at your fingertips. Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And now, especially here in the United States, everybody's talking about MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. And they're removing these colors and these dyes and these chemicals from the foods and products that we use. That's great. But many of us have been preaching about that for 20, 30, 40 years or more. So if they're removing some of these things now, what about the things they haven't removed yet that might take them another 10 years to remove? Don't wait. You and your loved ones are worth getting healthy now, as healthy as you can be. So, from a perspective of ethics, we're not in a selling business, we're in an education business. You're going to direct people to the education, and people are going to be given a choice on one hand to keep on using the products that they've always used, but have ingredients that science has proven, this isn't hyperbole, that causes more than skin or eye irritation. They cause some horrific diseases. And you might be saying, you're telling me that the toothpaste I'm using is going to cause a disease? Not by brushing your teeth once, but using it over and over, 2, 3 times a day for years to come. That can cause negative health consequences. And as you direct people, as you educate people to the largest USD organic and toxic-free superstore on the internet, Essanté Organics, your website. And then they can choose the same products that they've been buying, but toxic-free version. And better than that, well, not really better than that, but those products at Essanté Organics are guaranteed to work as well or better than what they've been using for. There's no compromise. Nobody has to make a deal here. People start using our toothpaste. They just love our toothpaste. The benefit, the icing on the cake, is that it's toxic free. People love our nutritional products. They love our our essential oils, our cleaning products, you name it. So there's no compromise. But the best part is they're not putting toxic ingredients into their body. So imagine this, you go through an entire day and you haven't put one toxic ingredient on or in your body. And by the way, the largest organ in your body is your skin. You put a toxic ingredient or any type of ingredient on your skin, it's going to be in your bloodstream in a matter of seconds. So, wind this all up. 6 ways to get paid. I'm going to talk about two of them based on residual income. The first, just like Robert Blackman said, you're going to build two teams, a left team and a right team. You tell your mom about this, you educate her, and you tell your best friend about it. You're set. One on your left leg, one on your right leg. They're just going to tell some people who are going to tell some people who are going to tell some people. And what's amazing is when you use our products or anybody's products for that matter, even the stuff they buy at the store, think about this. What happens when your shampoo is getting low, or your soap is getting low, or your laundry detergent is getting low? You instinctively go online and buy more, or you go to the store and buy more. Well, that's not going to be any different here. People are going to love our products. You're going to tell them about this. You're going to educate them. They're going to buy it once, but then they're going to buy it over and over and over again. And every time people buy these products, we want you to get paid. And the people who they tell, who they tell, who they tell, who they tell to infinity, we want you to get paid on all those orders, even if you don't even know who these people are. So hopefully the math is going in your mind here that you're going to get paid, let's say $10 from this order and $5 from this order and $12 from this order. And that starts adding up. It's not a get rich quick thing. You've got to build these two teams. But that's called the endless team bonus. And you're going to have the opportunity to get paid 10% of all of that volume underneath there. And that endless team bonus, where you can get 10% of all that volume, that's great. That's residual. That's a check that or a pay that can come to you every single week. But then we've also got the 100% check match. Because as you tell people about this and they come on board, they lock arms with you and us, and they start getting an endless team bonus, that's great. Well, just like Robert said, you want to become wealthy? Help your friends become wealthy. Help them get an enormous check, and you can match that check. So help one person start making $1,000 a week, like Robert said. You can make $1,000 in a matching check. You help four people make $250 a week. That's still $1,000. They're each going to get their share that they earned, but we want to match that check. That's called the 100% check match. So that's just two of the 6 ways we get paid. I don't want to make this all about money, but this is a business call. And I've been in this industry for many, many years. And I challenge you, I'll leave you with this. I challenge you to find another company that has healthier, more organic, toxic-free products. Doesn't exist. And then also find a company that offers a truly unlimited compensation plan with no breakage, no hoops, gotchas, trapdoors. And then we have the audacity to give you a 100% check match on the people you told us about this. I mean, if you're a numbers person, if you're entrepreneurial, this should keep you up at night. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to our CEO and founder who used to write compensation plans. So he knows what is the best. Michael Weniger.
All right. Thank you very much. And you know what? There's something to be said about being in the right place at the right time in front of a way of life before it becomes a way of life. And if you get all these little, you see this picture, it's absolutely huge. And to tell you a little bit more about timing, positioning, I'm going to introduce you to my brother, Daniel.
Thank you very much, Michael. So we offer an extremely rare business opportunity here where you have a very stable company that has been around for a long time, that is in front of a way of life before it becomes a way of life. Now, I often tell people that Essanté Organics truly offers a once-in-a-lifetime business opportunity. And people will say, Daniel, that's a pretty bold statement to make. I said, well, let me back it up. It's real simple. The world is going green once. You get one shot at becoming rich, retired, and wealthy from the green movement. Because here's the beautiful thing from a business standpoint. Only about 9% of the world is green right now, meaning they use products that aren't full of chemicals into serious disease and illness. They're saying 7, 8, 9 years down the road, that 9% is going to be 90%. Too late to become rich, retired, and wealthy from the green movement. Now, all the millionaires have been made. Okay? So, again, if you can get involved in a way of life before it comes a way of life, you're a wealthy individual. And paradigm shifts are extremely rare, and I want to talk about those for a moment. because most human beings will experience 1 to 2 paradigm shifts in a lifetime. That's a fancy way of saying a product or device once brought to market 8, 10 years down the road, it's a way of life. The last chance any of us had to get involved in a paradigm shift was back in the early 80s, 1981, 82. Okay, Mr. Jobs creates the computer, Mr. Gates creates software, and the internet is born. If you were first online in the 80s selling anything on your website, from toothpicks to baseball caps to wristwatches to anything, you are a multi-millionaire today. I tell people, go online, open up your store, your website, and see if you become a multi-millionaire. And I would say your chances are slim to none, because there's already probably hundreds or thousands of websites globally trying to sell what you're trying to sell, unless you're an inventor and created a product that doesn't exist. Now, Forbes magazine, business journals around the world are calling the green movement the next paradigm shift in life. And let me just share the power of a paradigm shift. Back in 1982, I was 18 years old. A $400 investment in Microsoft would yield you $38 to $40 million today. Let me tell you, if I would have known that this creature right here, this laptop, this computer was going to be a way of life, I could have scratched up $400 and we wouldn't even be talking tonight. But that's okay. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Now you have a chance to be involved in the next paradigm shift in life. So the internet created more millionaires than any other product category niche in history. And they project the green movement to create more millionaires than the internet did. And the reason being is, I don't care where you live in the world, because we're a global company. If you're in Europe, if you're in Asia, if you're in Canada, if you're in the States, 9 out of 10 people, rich or poor, I don't care if you're making 10,000 a year, 10 million a year, anything in between, 9 out of 10 people around the world wake up every single morning and they stretch and they yawn, they get in the shower and they flip it on and they do their thing. Shower gel, shampoo, conditioner. You get out, you dry off, you put your lotion on, you go to the sink, you brush your teeth, you put your deodorant on. Ancillary products, another fancy word for saying products people use every single day without thinking about it. And that's what we make, along with a lot of things. We have wonderful products, from gut health to meal replacement shakes and weight loss products. And like you heard, essential oils and household products. But at the end of the day, everyone takes a shower. Every time someone's taking a shower, you're getting paid. So the beautiful thing, and I think the most beautiful thing about this business opportunity, is there's no selling. Let's face it, there's a lot of shiny pennies out there. You got all these magic lotions, potions, pills, powders, patches. First of all, you better be a pretty good salesperson to get me to try one of those. And now, if you want true residual income for life, you need to stay on them for the rest of your life. What are those odds? Not real good in my eyes. But what are the odds of someone taking a shower today once they're educated? Because once you know, you can't unknow. The average person, just by taking a shower in the morning, puts 150 to 175 chemicals into your body. Like Dr. JJ said, skin's the largest organ. Anything you put on your bloodstream, 26 seconds, your internal organs in 8 minutes. We're not talking 20, 30 chemicals. We're talking hundreds of chemicals. And not chemicals linked to skin or eye irritation, but chemicals linked to liver and kidney problems, Alzheimer's, dementia, reproductive problems, cancer. I mean, serious disease and illness. Now you got products that are proven to nourish and heal the body when put into it versus make you sick. So what we do here is we simply educate people on the products that they buy every single month, they use every single day on them and their loved ones. And once they know what we know, they're very grateful. They'll never use what's in their shower on their countertops again. Why would they? A one-stop shop. You don't have to go here to get your toothpaste, go over this website to get your laundry detergent. No, one-stop shop, all 100% toxic-free and organic. So the world is going green with or without you, okay? You got two choices from a business standpoint. You can sit back and watch it go green, or you can truly make a lot of green from it going green. And when you're making that money, it's a beautiful thing to lay your head down at night and be able to sleep knowing you helped people. You weren't scamming them on some shiny penny out there, but you truly are helping people with their health and their loved ones with their health. So timing and positioning are crucial when creating massive wealth. And what I mean by that is timing, all of you that are on this Zoom tonight, here early in the beginning, because the masses fall underneath you in our industry, whether you like it or not. All my friends, I've been in this industry 42 years. I'm 60 years old, and I got in at 18 years old. I got a lot of friends making six figures a month. And every single one of them got involved in their companies, not when they had, 100,000 distributors or a few million, like a lot of big companies have, or even 60,000, but a small database like we have here. Because again, the masses fall underneath you. So timing couldn't be better. And then there's positioning. You're with a company. That's the next paradigm shift in life. You're involved in a way of life before it becomes a way of life. Look, the only reason 91% of the world isn't green is they just don't know that the products in their shower on their countertops have hundreds of chemicals linked to serious disease and illness. Because once you know, and now you have a company, you find a company that makes all those products you and your loved ones use every day 100% chemical free. Now, here's how simple the business is. It's simple as A and B. Here's A, all the products currently in your home with hundreds of chemicals linked to serious disease and illness. And here's B, those same exact products that are proven to nourish and heal the body when put into it. What do you want to use on you and your family? And I've never had one person say, oh, Daniel, A, the ones with all the chemicals linked to serious disease and illness. No. So I think I, touched all bases there. Don't complicate this business. It's a simple business. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to convince anyone of buying anything. We've got some videos that do all the work for you. If you go to gogreengetpaid.com, there's 3 videos there. One's called 10 Americans, The Toxic Truth. I tell people watch those. That shows you the horrific global problem we have all over the world. And then go watch gogreengetpaid.com. That will show you a solution to the problem with the product line and an incredible business opportunity where you can work from home part-time and truly make a full-time income. So I want to thank everybody for being on this Zoom. We appreciate your time. It's a wonderful business opportunity. And you also have a corporate team like myself, like Dr. JJ, like Michael, that are very accessible. I don't know any other company out there that has a more accessible corporate team than this company right here. And I put Tuesdays and Thursdays aside just for the field. You can call the office. My extension is 103. If you're not comfortable, some people I know on here are seasoned networkers. They don't need it. Like Daniel, I don't need any help. My God, just a product line to company. I'm running. I'm going. But there's people that are new. And if you need help with doing your business, I'm here to help. You have someone that's interested, you don't feel comfortable talking to them, let's do a 3-way. You just call me on a Tuesday or Thursday, and we'll set up a time to do a 3-way call. You give me 20 minutes with them, and I have a very high closing rate. Nine out of 10, they understand it because I don't use fancy big medical terms and words. I put it in layman's terms and make it very simple to understand. Let's say you want a training on the product line. Dan, I don't know a whole lot about alkalizing. Let's get your team on the phone or on a Zoom, use a Zoom, and let's do a training on alkalizing. Whatever it may be. I am here to help. Michael, Dr. JJ, we are all here to help. That's what we do. So with that being said, I will throw it back to Michael. And again, thanks to everybody on this Zoom for showing up tonight. Good night.
Once you know, and you can't pretend you don't know. So look, getting paid, think about this, getting paid to shop and earning cash back on all your online purchases. I mean, this thing's a no-brainer. And converting whatever you already spend and buy into earnings, that's absolutely huge. You know what? Getting in front of a way of life before it becomes a way of life. See, I don't live in here. I live in here. Okay. What am I putting in my temple? What am I putting in the place that I live in? What am I putting on top of the place that I live in? I can look over yonder and look at the neighbor off in the distance and go, look, oh my gosh, the world is going green. He's got solar on his roof. Oh, he just drove in with his electric car. Oh, he's using green sustainable housing. But again, he don't live there, he lives in here. You live in here. And that's what matters. What are we putting in here and what we putting on top of here? I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to leave you with this. All right. And this was told to me at one of the biggest, most successful research centers outside of the United States in the world. Okay. Where they grant full permanent recovery. So at the end of the day, before you get on those knees and wear out that carpet, say your prayers before bed. Maybe you sit there, maybe you're laying there. But before you do that, you sit there and you think, what did I put inside of here? And your loved ones, kids, your everybody you know that you love. What did I put inside of here? And what did I put on top of here? Because at the end of the day, only one of two things happened. And it doesn't matter how small or how large or how big you did anything. One, you participated in your life. Or two, you participated in your death. You get to choose. It's just that simple. Taking care of your health is your responsibility. And we know, and we teach, and you teach, and we educate the world. This is what they did before all this nasty stuff existed. This is how we lived. Sometimes in life, in order to progress, you have to regress, right? And go back to organic. And as of right now, from A to Z, from the womb to the tomb, a little child to the seniors, no matter man or woman, you can get up tomorrow, do everything you did today, and then put your head on your pillow tonight and go, wow, I didn't touch myself with one single solitary chemical. All I did was use plants, everything plants and ingredients that God created to nourish and heal the body. Go spread that around the world. Thursday night, Dr. Becky, be here. We're very structured. Tuesdays for your businesses. And here's something. I got something for next Tuesday. How about this? I'll do one even better. I'm going to put everybody in this Zoom into a wheel tonight. Tonight, we're going to spin it. I'm going to give away a free product for somebody. And then next Tuesday, bring 5 people into this Zoom, whether you're in the business or not. Get $100, or you can get $150 in product. That's it. Pack this thing up. That's what you're supposed to do. Educate. And Thursdays is always something to do with product education. So God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your businesses. Peace and love. And we guys will see you back here Thursday, and watch us on Facebook, because on social media, we're always doing something. You all have a wonderful evening and blessed evening, and we shall see you again soon.
Good night.